Hey all you minions and mercenaries, it's time for episode 14 of Behind the Heroes, where we take an in-depth look at the heroes from Heroes of the Storm. We have a unique edition today. Today released was the Lost Vikings, which are supposed to be an first experiment in multiple unit control, and the Lost Vikings themselves were a very highly asked for hero to include in this game. I am not entirely sure at all how their mechanics are going to work.
Do you guys ever feel like we're being watched?
I've never seen any of their mechanics before. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if this is just I'm going to make a complete fool of myself trying to control these guys all at once. But we're going to figure it out. And let's look at their basic abilities, which looks like they're just the abilities of each individual Viking. We've got Olaf, has lots of health, regenerates health quickly, and charges to slow enemies. We have Balog, I think that's how you pronounce it, deals splash damage to enemies behind his attack target. And then we have Eric, moves faster than the other Vikings and has a longer attack range. So each of them kind of fills a role in the group. We got the defense, we got the range and speed, and we just got kind of the damage dealer. Their combat trait is fast restart, their death timers are reduced, and they do each have an individual death timer. So you kill one, the other two will keep going.
Do you guys ever feel like we're being watched?
Yeah, you are being watched there, Eric. And their heroic abilities, we've got Play Again. All Vikings are revived and teleported to a summoning Viking. So does that include if all three of them are dead, or do you have to have one of them alive to use it? I would think you'd have to have one of them alive to use it. We may have to test that out. And then we have Longboat Raid. Summon a longboat and go on a Viking raid. I have no idea. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's take a look at their skins. We got the standard group, and let's see, we can go for kind of an orange, red, brown scheme, and then we can go for, I guess, a green and yellow scheme, although he still looks kind of red either way. Then we have their master skins. A little absurd, but we got, what do we got here? We got sort of an icy look, although he's a bit more purpley. And then, I really can't tell what these color schemes are. It just seems to be random coloring they're using here. And then we've got Pajama Party Lost Vikings. Oh my goodness, this is... Oh, I get it. This is sort of like the Lost Boys from Peter Pan. Didn't they all kind of wear these little animal pajamas? Lost Vikings, Lost Boys. Oh, I got it. I just got it, Blizzard. That is very clever. And we can do different colors of those. I want to do the original. Let's just do the Pajama Party, shall we? And let's just give it a try. We'll see how this all pans out. I'm extremely curious. I don't know what we're gonna see here. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this. Whoa, let's scrolling back on here. Let's get this started indeed, and we'll start off by leveling up to level 20. And if you look down there at the bar here at the bottom, it looks like their abilities, they don't have any basic abilities. It's all just based on the 1 through 4 keys, who you're going to be controlling. So I don't know how that's going to work, but let's take a look at their talents. Oh, we got individual health bars here. That's very interesting. Do they have no mana? Maybe they don't have any mana yet. I'm not entirely sure. So we got level 1, we've got Olaf the Stout. Every 8 seconds, Olaf can block a basic attack, reducing his damage by 75%. Can store up to 2 charges. So you're putting individual abilities into your different Vikings. We have Spy Games 3. Okay, it's identifying which Viking it's affecting. Oh, because that's the hotkey. The hotkey is 3. Spy Games. After standing still for 5 seconds, Eric becomes cloaked and his sight radius is increased by 75%. The cloak effect persists for 3 seconds after moving. Ooh, that is interesting. So he can act as sort of a scout, and if you aren't paying attention to his shimmer, which you can see on all cloaked units, he could stand there all day, I guess, but it's pretty easy to see cloak shimmers, so you gotta be careful with that. Anyway, Viking Horde. Gathering Regeneration Globe increases health regeneration. Each Lost Viking gains 1 health per second. This bonus increases by 0.5 on all Vikings when a Regeneration Globe is picked up. Okay, so that's a base increase in their health, and then you gather Regeneration Globes to get the 0.5. All right, got that. I want to start with Spy Games.
Choose a talent.
That'll be fun.
You gonna cloak yet? He cloaked there for half a second, and then he changed his mind. There he goes. Okay, so we got that. Level 4. Pain don't hurt. Balog attacks heal himself. Okay, so that's a lifesteal. It's a sabotage. Eric's attacks destroy structure ammo. Okay, so that's just sort of a pushing build. And what kind of... Oh, we don't know what kind of range he has. We can't get any sort of range indicators right now. And then we have Hard-Headed Redhead. Eric's melee attacks knock back. Eric gains a melee basic attack that knocks the enemy away. This effect has a 6-second cooldown. Okay, so let's just kind of push enemies off, I guess. And then we have Spin to Win. Deal damage around each Viking. So activate to have each Viking deal 250 damage to nearby enemies. Okay, interesting. Oh, what do we want to use here? We gotta try Spin to Win.
Talent.
Which has now been plopped down in my Q spot. Interesting. Then at level 7, Balog the Fierce. Balog's attacks increases attack speed. Okay, so he just attacks, increases attack speed, sort of kind of building a momentum kind of thing there. And then they'll go away, they'll decay after he's not attacking. We got Eric the Swift. Eric heals himself as long as he is running. As long as Eric is moving, he heals 75 health per second. That is very interesting. We got Mercenary Lord, which is a common one. Siege and Bruiser mercenaries near your hero deal 50% more damage. Does that mean you have to be next to them, or is that just if you near them when they're captured? Because they changed how that worked recently, and I'm not sure how that works. And then we've got Jump. Grants temporary invulnerability. Make all Vikings invulnerable and able to pass over enemies for 1.5 seconds. As much as I'd like to see how this goes and how this goes, we've got to try Jump.
Choose a talent. That takes finesse, you know.
And we're going to start with the Longboat Raid, because I have no idea what that does. Hop into an unstoppable longboat that fires at nearby enemies for 350 damage per second and can fire a mortar that deals 450 damage in an area. The boat has increased health for each Viking inside. Lasts 12 seconds. Requires all surviving Vikings to be nearby, so you got to bring them together to use this raid, but you don't have to have them all alive. That is interesting. Anyhow, we got the level 13 talents. Hunka Burnin' Olaf. Olaf deals 75 damage every second to nearby enemies. Okay, so just a AoE damage. Speed Run. Increases movement speed when injured. While under 50% life, Vikings gain 20% increased movement speed. That's a lot to keep track of. Impatience is a virtue. Vikings' attacks reduce cooldowns of all Vikings. So that's kind of like a battle momentum ability where... Yeah, it's kind of like a battle momentum ability, but it kind of globally affects all your Vikings. So, we're just going to do that one. Yeah, there we go. He's got a little fire aura around him now. Then at level 16, Large and in Charge. Charge stuns enemies, which we don't know how that works yet. We have 64 KB Marathon. Run faster and break slows and roots. So they have a different ability here. Vikings gain 40% increased movement speed for 4 seconds. So they don't have a mount, they just run faster temporarily. And this one, they get more movement speed. That decays over 4 seconds. Additionally, the Vikings are unstoppable for 1 second. Okay, so it's an escape or a charge, I guess. And then we have Norse Force. All Vikings gain a shield. Activate to have each Viking gain 500 to 1,000 point shield, depending on how many Vikings are alive. Last 7 seconds. We gotta try just to see what it's like. I'm curious about this and this, but we gotta try this one.
Choose a talent.
Then finally, at level 20, we can increase the Vikings' death timer reduction from 25% to 50%, so they'll kind of respawn faster. We have Ragnarok and Roll. Increased combat prowess. The longboat can attack 2 targets at once, and the range of its mortar is increased by 100%. Then we have Checkpoint Reach, which we can't get right now. Any dead Vikings are revived and summoned a second time 10 seconds later. So does that mean you get double the Viking, or does that just mean if they die immediately, they come back in another 10 seconds? That's interesting. I'm not entirely sure how that works. We're gonna just, we don't really need, we know how a death timer works, so we don't need to worry about that. So we're gonna try this one. And we're gonna toggle the minions and figure out how this works. Okay, so they're all toggled together. Okay, so then if I just do one, I can push him forward 4. Let's just have them all run up front. This is going to be a lot of interesting things to figure out. So let's first try our spin to win here. Spin to win. Okay. Oops. I hit the Olaf button instead of the spin to win button. And this is jump. I want to wait. We need some minions here. All the minions are dead. Now let's just try the longboat raid. Okay, so it just keeps firing, and then I can individually fire the mortar there, but it automatically will fire. Okay, well that was certainly interesting. And what is the E? E is just a shield, so we can just run up here and get a shield. And then the W ability. Okay, spin to win. This is interesting. I'm not entirely sure how these guys are working. So let's pull them back and look at them one at a time. So first let's grab Olaf here. See how he works. So he's just going to smack things with his shield. Alright, so he's just kind of doing a melee attack here. And just jump to get him out of there. Okay, we'll send you over here, and then we're going to grab... Baylog? Yeah, Baylog here. So he's going to do some damage here. Okay, so it's kind of a range attack, and he just kind of throws his sword. And then spin to win. Okay, so that's Baylog. This is really, really complicated. And then we're going to have Eric. What kind of range does he get here? So I think he outranges the towers. Yeah, he does outrange the towers, but I can bring him in here. Spin to win. And then if I set him over here... Oh, let's see if I can set him over here. So I'm going to get a cloak on him. Stop shooting. I want you to cloak. I want you to cloak. That doesn't matter. Just keep shooting. So let's actually refresh the... why am I getting... What was this thing going up here? I don't know what that was. We'll get rid of that. Let's refresh the forts now. And actually, let's reset the levels too. To get us back to level 10. Actually, now let's get us all the way up to level 20 again, just so I can see some of these different abilities. It seems to be leveling up a little faster than it used to. So, block-based attacks. We've seen spin to win. Let's just see how that one works. We've seen the jump ability. Eric the Swift. Okay, we're gonna play again. We'll have to kill some of these guys off to see how that works, though. Olaf deals damage to nearby enemies. Oh, we've seen that one. Yeah, Spears doing injured. Oh, we never even tried that. We never even tried the Z ability. And level 20, additional revive. So toggle minions.
Is this real life?
We're gonna run them out there. So let's start with Eric here. There's the melee pullback. Oh gee, Baylog is just getting right. Oh, they're just getting right in there. We're gonna have to try to kill someone off here. Let's see, can he outrange the towers? He cannot outrange the towers. But it seems to be really hard for him to take damage here. Well, I guess he is level 20. Malfarian, stop healing me. Okay, so if I run around, I can gain some healing. But if I just run into these towers... Shoot me, towers! Shoot me! I can't get the towers to kill me. Oh, maybe if I stop running. I forgot, he heals when he runs.
Shall be remembered.
Okay, so now if I go to 4...
My persistence is legendary.
Then we'll try... Oh, he's already back. I need you guys someone to die here. It took too long to test out this talent. Let's just run him in here. Just these towers are dead. Refresh the forts, and take out Eric.
Free the dragon.
So now we can
Unleash
use
its power.
My persistence is legendary.
Yeah, well,
okay, Okay, he's reviving too quickly here.
Got donuts for Olaf?
Okay, we're just gonna run him into the towers. And then we're gonna have all 4 of them under control here. Okay, so I got this ability summoned now, so I can see how it works. And their towers are out of ammo. Refresh the forts! Refresh the forts! This is taking a long time, but this is really, really challenging to figure this out. Okay, so he's out, and we'll just do a summon here and bring him up.
Olaf! I'm hungry.
I can't kill him fast enough to see how that replay works, so I'm guessing if one of them died again. I'm guessing if one of them died again, that thing would respawn them. Okay, so that is the look at the Lost Vikings, Olaf, Balog, and Eric. It is really challenging. I can imagine it's going to take a long time to actually be able to master these guys. But it looks like once you do, it could be a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Lost Vikings, and have a day.